The Yu-Gi-Oh! Misconception Series, where we take a close look at misconceptions that even competitive players and judges have on card decks, game mechanics, rulings, and policies.
What's up YouTube? I'm Vaughn, and today is my birthday. But not only that, it's also our first Misconception Series episode that we're going to be doing. And today's misconception is flip effect activations in damage step. Now, with Shaddolls being overly popular, there has been a lot of confusion on when does a flip effect activate in the damage step. But also as a little side bonus, we're also including the El Shaddol Fusion monsters grave effect when they are destroyed by battle. There has been a lot of confusions on does that effect trigger in the damage step or after the damage step, and today we're going to be explaining both of these. But first we have to take a close look at the damage step. Now the damage step contains three main sub-steps, which is start of damage step, damage calculation, and end of damage step. Now at the start of the damage step, first thing that happens is determine the positions of the monsters. So if it's face down, it's going to be flip face up. And at the start of the damage step, effects that revolves around altering the attack and defense of monsters can be activated, or effects that specifically activates in the damage step can be activated at the start of the damage step. Now, you could have multiple separate chain links at the start of the damage step, and what I mean by that is that if both players have honest, okay, and the first player activates their honest at the start of the damage step, you don't necessarily have to chain your honest to it. You could do it on the resolution, and this is where I mean that you can have multiple separate chain links in the start of the damage step. Now, what does that mean for flip effects though? Now, if a flip effect is applied, it has to revolve around altering an attack and defense, like Slate Warrior. A monster with flip effect that increases 500 attack and defense when flip face up, that effect will apply at the start of damage step. But if we look at another monster like Manny the Bug, that effect is destroy one monster on your opponent's side of the field. That effect would be postponed and will only activate at the end of the damage step. Now we have a next sub-step, which is damage calculation. There's not a lot of cards that could activate at the damage calculation. The only card I can think at the top of my head right now is Despot 4. But the main purpose of the damage calculation is to compare the attack and defense and even players' life points and inflict damage if applicable to the player's life points. Okay, then we have the end of the damage step, that if monsters were battling, the weakest one would be destroyed, and it's at this period that the monster will be destroyed by battle, and that's the end of the damage step. But what about the flip effects? Now, if the flip effect did not revolve around altering an attack and defense and was postponed till the end of the damage step, the destroyed by battle and the destruction of the monster and the flip effect would activate at the same time. So the effect would activate on the field, but on resolution, the monster would be in the graveyard. And this is the reason why Skill Drain would still negate a flip effect monster, even though if it's destroyed by battle, but also why Dark Ruler Hades would still negate that monster if it destroys it by battle, because it is destroyed by battle and the effect and the destruction happens at the same time. But what does it mean with other monster with trigger effects if it's destroyed by battle? Same thing. If we look at El Shaddol Rinda, when it's sent to the graveyard, add one El Shaddol card. So you go and you destroy it by battle. That trigger effect would activate at the end of the damage step. So if they're getting attacked with like a monster like Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon, which states that your opponent cannot activate any effects until the end of the damage step, it's still at the end of the damage step, so you won't be able to activate any effects at this time. So the biggest issues that a lot of people have with the flip effect is activating the flip effect at the start of the damage step instead of at the end of the damage step. And with the El Shaddol Fusion monsters, they've been activating the effects after damage calculation when it's actually in damage step at the end of damage step. So those are two key things to remember when you are playing Shaddolls or playing against Shaddolls. And that's it for a misconception episode. If you guys enjoyed this episode, make sure to like and subscribe. If you guys disagree with me, you can always comment it on the video. I'll make sure to answer it right away. And if you guys want to see other products that we're planning on reviewing on this channel, you can follow me on my Instagram, VaughnGear. I'm Vaughn, and this was the Misconception Series.